It was the dark ages in GTA. The only survivor was Michael DeSanta. He hadn't recovered from his wounds. He had just survived the 21st century apocalypse. So many people on their phones. They injured him somehow. I guess humans have evolved on their phones. They've looked at their phones so much that they've evolved, and now they can hurt people physically with their minds mentally. They physically hurt him mentally. Strange. Even Michael's nodding his head and confused. He hadn't recovered from the injuries. He got in his car and drove away. That's when he heard the honking. He knew there had to be some survivors out there who hadn't been injured by this horrid place. So he started to drive. Look at all these zombies. All they do is look at their phones now. Is this life now? Is this truly life? He could feel them hurting him inside in his brain. He opened up his GPS. It froze. He never wanted to look at the internet again, but he had to. He had to find his friend, named Trevor Phillips. He marked his place on the GPS and started to drive. This is the story of Michael DeSanta and his ventures to find the one other man who didn't get devoured by the 21st century apocalypse. So many people were around him, were dead. So many. He could feel them hurting inside. He couldn't even drive. Or could he? He did a little jumpty jump. He knew there was a way to escape. He just didn't know how. So he started to drive. He knew there were so many people around him he couldn't even think straight. He made the wrong turn. He turned around as frantic as possible, but he crashed. He got a dent. He felt the place. He knew they were coming. They were coming. He had to do something about it. They were coming. So frantically, he grabbed out his nearest weapon and he fired. Right now. Cars flew around him and he knew it was the right thing to do. Either that or it was the wrong thing. But he knew in his mind it was the right thing. He didn't even question that it was the wrong thing. This is the right thing to do. He knew it. They were all being devoured. He shot and he knew he had to survive. So he got frantically back in his car. He knew he just had to shoot that thing. So he shot and he ran and he got back in his car. They were coming for him. He knew who they were. They were them and he knew them more than anyone. He got in his car with all the fiery destruction around him. They shot through his window, but they still missed. He got on the highway and started to drive like a madman. He drove and he saw the roadblock, but he just kept driving. He made another man hit another man, but he knew they weren't men. They were zombies. 21st zombies. He started to drive. He even saw another one, but he tried getting blocked past it. He tried, he ran, but they just kept blocking him. They knew those lizard people. He knew there were lizard people inside. He knew those lizard people. He had bulletproof tires, though. He knew they would come, so he got the tires. He felt them coming. He knew the lizard people would come for him. He knew they were coming for him. They didn't want him to find the only other person who was infected by this horrid disease. He had just found, they were trying to block him from the only other person. They knew where he was going. They knew that he was trying to find his other friend who wasn't infected. They knew, the lizard people knew, he was trying to find him, and they had to stop him. They tried so frantically to stop him from finding his friend. They went to extreme measures. They tried to stop him from finding his friend. They set up roadblocks. They set up everything, but they just couldn't stop him from finding his friend. He got out. He survived. Or did he survive? He did not know yet, but he just kept driving. He knew that they were trying to find him. They kept trying to block him. So he dodged them! And he dodged them, and he just kept driving. They were all trying to stop him from finding his friend. And they knew if they met each other, Michael and his friend Trevor, they knew if they met each other, they could find a way to stop this disease. Or was it even curable? They didn't know. But he frantically drove, and he stopped, and he jumped out! He jumped out like a madman. He got up and was shot down, but he didn't care. That was the end of the schizophrenic man named Michael DeSanta.